Have you realized that the decisions that you make depends on your guiding principles? Has it ever occurred to you that the choices that you make on a deeper level depends on your guiding principle? So does that tell you something about leadership? The correlationship between making decisions and your values. Hi, aspiring leaders. My name is Caroline from Advancing Youth Voice Initiative. And today I'm going to share with you on how to stay true to your value in leadership. Let us dive into it. Leadership has transformed over the years, from the 20th century style of leadership to the 21st century, which is the digital age. And what makes human beings unique is their ability to adapt. So we are adapting to new era, from transformation, from change management, and to leadership. Previously, we talked about leadership by objectives, but now leadership is no longer about objectives. It is now about values. How do you correlate your guiding principles to make decisions on your family, on your team, on the nation, in the community? Everything stems from your values. So let's dive into the tips. Number one, extrinsic motivations. You can be driven by intrinsic motivations. You know, the amazing thing about young people, when I interview them, it's pretty very, very interesting. What do you want to be? I ask. Oh, I just want to be successful. I want to be rich. I want to be known. I want to be famous. You know, I want to be like Michael Jackson, you know, and I want to have praises and recognition. It's all about I and I and I. It is all about self-interest. It is seen as a control. Leadership is dominance, it's control. Yes, in the 20th century, it was all about control and command. In the 21st century of leadership, it's more compassionate. It's more about partnerships and collaborations. It has transitioned from I to we, from self to others. Number two, intrinsic motivations. This is leadership driven by the willingness to help other people, by service. How do I serve others? It is driven by shared vision. It is driven by collaborations. It is driven by compassion. You know, the best definition that I had of leadership was from Brian Tracy. And Brian Tracy says that leadership is the ability to elicit extraordinary performance from ordinary people. And what does it take to elicit extraordinary performance from ordinary people? It takes a leader who focuses on others. It takes a leader who is participative, who believes in his team and brings the best out of his team by empowering them. Number three, your life story. Your life story affects your decision. It affects the way you run an organization. It affects the way you serve a community. It affects the way you build a nation. It starts from the experiences that you've had. A friend of mine was almost sacked from his office. And by sheer luck, the people that were planning to get him out were removed. And that changed his whole life. That was a huge paradigm shift. He learned to be compassionate. He learned to understand human behavior. It didn't hurt him. Rather, here, it softens him. So our life experiences affect our decision. Number 4, define your values. Define what kind of values that you want to implement. Do you want intrinsic motivations, or do you want intrinsic motivations? Now, number 6, connect it to your work. Now that you know what your value is, you know you want to be driven by compassion. You want to be driven by a willingness to help others. You want to impact your community. Then you can now connect it to your work. For myself, I am driven by compassion. And to do that, I had to reevaluate myself and reinvent myself as well. I had to look at my weaknesses and look at my strengths, and then found that sweet spot within my weaknesses and strengths. I discovered my passion. And my passion was sharing knowledge. I love to share knowledge. I love to teach people. And I love the energy of young people. Because young people are willing to learn. They are diverse. They have access to information. They're in this digital age. They're full of creativity. And so being in their midst, being in their energy and areas of influence brings out the best in me. And that was how I discovered my sweet spot. And what did I do? I set up a non-profit, Advancing Youth Voice Initiative. And now I can do this program. I can create modules. I can create training modules. I can have my videos on YouTube. I can have free things, free content in my blog at advancingyouthvoice.org. And I can share that with you. I put a lot of energy producing these videos. I put a lot of energy writing out the content. I invest my time for the service of others. And so can you. You can make a difference by staying in alignment with your values. Make a commitment today to be authentic. Be authentic. Let your inner convictions match with your external actions. Let that internal dialogue, those aspirations, those desires, let them match with your action every single day. Be committed to it. It is not just about acquiring knowledge and just reading it and just listening to podcasts. It is about action. I want you today to take an action of remaining true to your values to become an effective leader. Go to the comments below and share your crucible, the challenging moments that you have had that changed you, that brought the awareness, that brought you into self-realization, that caused you to want to be self-actualized. Share it in the comments below. And don't forget to click on the link below so that you can read my blog on this topic. I look forward to your comments and I look forward to your stories. See you some other time.